said, my name is Harvey Brooks, and I'm the Regional Commander for NAVVETS. It's a veteran service organization recognized by the VA, where we service veterans, no matter who they are, all across this nation. One of the things we do is make sure that we represent veterans at the VA to make sure they get their benefits and their entitlements. But the other thing we do is make sure their families are taken care of. Because when you have two in a family that are parents and one disappears, that weight is very heavy on that family left back here. The other thing is that I've never in my lifetime, and I'm 66 years old, I've seen so many homeless veterans and their families. Never. And we should be ashamed that we would allow this to happen. And I'm going to talk to you from the bottom of my heart. I'm a Vietnam veteran. And when I came back, basically, I didn't know how to act. You have to realize that when somebody goes to war, it's a difference. You're not the same. And you're deadly. That's why we have so many veterans committing suicide or actually harming their families. When you come back from war and come back here, you don't know how to act. You're different and you're dangerous because your response is to kill. Your response is not to maim or hurt. It took me years of seeing a counselor to be able to get myself back together to live in this nation as a civilized person. They had nothing for veterans coming back from Vietnam. We didn't have any kinds of places where we could go to get help. But I got it from my own. You got the same thing coming back here. The difference is Obama. He, in 2006, helped to pass legislation which basically evaluates those people coming back from war so that we can give them the help both they and their families need. This man stands for me. He believes in what I believe in. He believes in supporting our troops. There's a difference between supporting the war and supporting our troops. We do things for our troops, such as making sure they're armored properly, which is something I could not understand when we sent the Stryker force over without the armament they needed. And when McCain voted against the money that was needed to do that, I just looked at him and said, and you are a former veteran? No way. No way can that happen. No way should it happen. The other thing is, when we work with the veterans that we currently work with in NAVVETS, we find PTSD going to bed. And I mean by that, it is rampant and very harmful to them and their families. And we've had a hard time getting the mental health care necessary to take care of them. Understand me, when you support your veterans, you are supporting their families, their health care, and their mental health care. Example, we did not know that veterans that are in military hospitals for a certain period of time have to pay for their meals. Since when does a soldier serve, get wounded, get hurt, go to a military hospital, and then over a certain period of time, they have to pay for their lunch, their dinner, and their breakfast? I never heard of such a thing. You shouldn't allow it, and you should make sure that Barack Obama becomes our president and our commander-in-chief. Thank you.
First, thank you all for being here. It's an important day and an important moment, and I am in awe of the people I am surrounded with right now, because the level of experience, military and otherwise, that is behind me right now, in great danger, On the shoulders of giants, we soon move forward. And I just want to recognize the men and women behind me for everything that they've done. Thank you very much. On a personal note, you may know this, my dad was lost over Laos and carried missing in action for almost 40 years. And I got a tearful phone call from my mom just before Christmas in '05 that remains recovered at the crash site had been identified as those of my father. And we had a full military honors ceremony to bury him at Arlington. So this is the great nation we are, because we don't leave our fallen comrades. And I hope that one day you will be able to go through the same experience, because it's cathartic, it's helpful. So, a great nation. And I get asked a lot, why do you, a veteran, support Barack Obama for president? I said, well, you got to look at it this way. Two principal reasons. One, who do I want to be commander-in-chief? And who is going to take care of this growing constituency known as veterans of the Armies, Wars, Marine, Navy, Air Force? Who's going to take care of their interests? Because they're not being taken care of now. First, commander-in-chief. Soldiers love courageous leaders. They really, really like smart, courageous leaders. And that's what you've got in Barack Obama. And this guy is, I mean, he is a cool customer. He is cool, calm, collected. He doesn't flap around. He is steady in the saddle. The man knows how to lead without losing his temper. John McCain, great warrior, but he does not have the temperament to lead this country in very difficult times. We need a man who is going to listen, decide wisely, and do the right thing. We talked about a motto, deeds not words. There's another motto. It's the leadership regiment at Fort Benning. Do the right thing. Support Barack Obama as the wisest, best choice that we have for President of the United States. We've heard a lot about the relative positions that Senator McCain and Senator Obama have taken vis-a-vis support for veterans. In his gut, and this goes to the service issue, when you talk about people who serve our country, it's not just in uniform. We've got state legislators behind me right now, Hobbs and Sequist, great senators, and they serve, and it is very often thankless, hard government work. We have a young Harvard lawyer go about that in the tough neighborhoods of Chicago, and then he did it at the state Senate, and now he is serving his country in the Senate. And he doesn't do it for grandeur. He doesn't do it for self-acclaim. He's doing it because it is the right thing to do. He has God-given talents. He's giving back to his country. And he's not the only one. My wife got to meet Michelle Obama at a ceremony, at a performance during the Democratic National Convention. And she came away absolutely blown away by this woman. And when we mention Barack Obama and what he's doing for veterans, we have to mention Michelle Obama and what she's doing for our families. So we got a great team going forward. The Bidens are a great team. She got to meet Jill Biden, who's about to send her son Beau over to Iraq. And we've got a package here that is as American as the day is long. And I applaud what you're doing to make it happen. Thank you very much for coming out today.